finger.
Yeah, that's not going to be the start. Just pick the mic up and get ready. It's just, my finger.
It'll be a class one.
Maybe I'll just leave that.
Welcome back, guys.
Welcome back
Yeah,
to Screen Seekers.
Screen Seekers. This next episode, I should not take the start. You should probably start it.
Damn, it's changed.
I know.
Things are happening.
Things are too wacky. Me starting it off.
Too wacky. This episode is a nice kind of special episode. Sometimes we like to do these kind of specific topic-driven episodes. And we were playing the other day some Call of Duty Zombies. And we've been playing it since, God, when we started playing
2010?
Yeah, maybe even earlier than that, honestly. I don't know, actually.
I don't know, probably not.
Yeah,
not
2010.
But we played it a lot.
Good decade.
Between 2010 to 2016, it was basically what we played, pretty much.
Yeah. That may give you an indication on our lives. But yeah, we played a lot of zombies, and we thought today we'd rank the maps. There's been quite a few maps. So if you don't know what zombies is, or you don't care, just stick with us maybe, I guess. We might have some fun along the way.
You might have some fun. You might get some
might learn
wacky
something.
jokes.
Yeah.
And
it's that word wacky again.
Like, pain from my finger.
Yeah, so...
Some owls.
Yeah.
When I just knock a table over.
Alex has hurt himself.
Again.
It's just terrible, really. So let's just jump into it. Are we going to do... So what we're going to do, we're going to look at the maps and we're going to put them in tiers between S. So S, A, B, C, D. I was struggling there. Honestly.
It's
alphabet.
the S. Why is S before? Hey, oh my God, my brain is like... Whoa.
Crazy.
S, alphabet, not existent.
Yeah, alphabet. Should we start in, I guess, just chronological order of when they came out?
Yeah, sure.
Now, obviously, disclaimer, we haven't played every map. We've played most of them.
I think we'll try to rank the only ones we played, but we played most of them.
Yeah.
We played probably like 80%
and
of
if
them.
there are some games which maybe like we're not too sure on, we'll just put it into one, like we'll put the whole kind of experience into one thing.
Yeah.
So, let me take you back to 2008, where Call of Duty World at War launched. And at the end of the game, obviously people that beat the game, no one knew about it. Right at the end of the campaign, zombies started, like right there. So the credits roll. After the credits, you get dumped in this sort of bunker. So where would we put Nacht der Untoten, the very first map?
That's gonna be.
I tell you what we should address. Are we gonna count remasters or not? I guess if they're different, yes. But I think there are some which are just basically like.
Yeah, that's the thing.
The same, right? I think Nacht.
Are we just based on maps? I guess.
Yeah. The experience of the whole map, I guess.
Yeah.
So in that case, do we just jump to Black Ops 1 and do those versions, or should we keep it at World at War? It's already confusing.
World at War.
Because obviously they were all remastered in 2010, and then they were remastered again, weren't they? Later on.
Yeah, I think that's.
Nacht der Untoten.
I don't know, like
one of the smallest maps.
I mean, it's
very atmospheric.
It is good.
Very simple.
It's a really good map. It's very nostalgic as well.
Yeah, there's a lot of nostalgia that's going to be.
I mean, lowest is B.
Yeah.
I don't think it's S. Highest is A.
I think A.
I think it's not S.
I'm gonna put it in A.
Yeah, I think A's fair. A's fair.
I think playing it for the first time, and even now, like when you want something simple and to see, it was almost like a challenge map now, isn't it? Because there's no like fluff with it. It's just like do it.
I remember when zombies was a thing. I remember buying World at War. We were gonna have a sleepover.
Mm-hmm.
I played the game the whole day to get zombies, and then I think Ben brought over his copy.
Yeah,
because he has like more maps, and we never put in my copy.
So it's pointless, really.
I was like, and I bought Verrucht as well.
Some fun little trivia for you. Obviously, the World at War on PS3 was actually coded differently, which made it harder.
Really?
Yeah,
I think I had PS3.
yeah,
Yeah.
you had the PS3 because that was actually a thing at the time.
What does
Something happened with the PS3 version where the zombies were fast. I think it
with
didn't
the
get
actual
right update or
zombies?
something. Something about it was harder.
Oh,
Don't know whether they were faster or stronger or whatever.
be a better player.
Nocturne Totem also just appears like I want to say at least 4 more times in the whole series. And I remember there used to be a glitch where you used to throw the monkey bombs and they didn't work, or like the zombies would like go up and down because they didn't bloody know like where they were going. But
Yeah.
Vrucht,
Ooh.
the kind of this map's kind of known, I would say, for splitting the players, which is so cool, and no other map's really done that.
It is such a cool map. We still play it.
It's
sometimes.
I think it's a good map.
amazing.
Like
It's
what I love about Vrucht is that there's
the
basically two
design.
halves of playing it.
Yeah.
You play it the first time to get to the box and the power, and you play it, sort of strategically, bit by bit. And then when you get to eventually you get to a point where the whole map's open and you got to keep moving.
Yeah,
And it
I kind of
changes the
like
dynamic of
well, I
it.
kind of like in like once you open that final door, it's kind of like admitting defeat. It's like, yeah, we kind of just.
I think it's the next stage.
We want to play something else. Let's just open the whole map and just die. We'll die
That
eventually.
doesn't, yeah, but it turns into this sort of chaotic like second
It's
part.
so hard. It's so hard with it all open. It's insane.
You got the Wonder Waffle.
Oh yeah, that's. What was it? Is that where it was introduced?
Oh no, I don't.
Or
I
was
think
it
I'm thinking
Sheena?
of the remasters because that was Wonder Waffle was introduced in Derice, so it's not yet. But I think
But no,
Vrucht
yeah,
is.
it's so good. I think it's S.
I think it's S. If you didn't know what Vrucht was, it's kind of set in like a hospital, like a sort of care
Yeah,
facility
in Germany
thing.
in World War Two.
So Nocturne Tunnel is like a bunker, and Vrucht is. But it's quite a hard map because it is very tight
Yeah,
and it forces you to keep moving.
Very very interesting concept as well.
So next is Shino Number, which is kind of the dark horse of
It's
World at War.
yeah,
To describe it, it's kind of like a it's in Japan, isn't it? It's like a sort of woodland
yeah,
sort of
swamp. It's a swamp.
yeah. It's like
isn't it?
a big like not shed, but like a big barn thing, like a
yeah,
wooden building.
and then you like it sort of like branches out
Yeah,
into like separate areas, but they're not that big.
and they're filled with like water, which slows you down. There's some big traps that you can use, but there's not many
Yeah.
places really to go on that map
It's-
that you want to stay at.
Yeah, it's I think it's quite a hard map. I think.
I respect what they were going for with like how each map feels differently,
Yeah.
like structurally. Like Shinonoma, you don't move through it, you move around it
Yeah.
or back and forth.
I know you said that the Wonder Waffle weapon was introduced into the Reese, but I swear I remember playing on my PS3, and I was using it in Shinonuma.
Maybe you could use the weapon, but like Derice was when Derice came out, it
Oh,
got
it
the
got
and then
updated.
it maybe.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know what
Makes sense.
Shinonoma had new. There's got to be at least a couple of things that.
Maybe like a perk machine. I don't
Oh,
know.
I tell you what, Vrug did have. I think I don't know if it was the original, but Winter's Howl.
Oh yeah.
That was in
yeah.
Vrug. I don't know which one. Again, it's
Yeah.
come on, guys, give us a break. It's 2008.
Yeah.
So what about Shinonoma? I'm again. Oh, Dogs. Dogs was Shinonoma. That's what introduced.
Really? Oh yeah. That's cool. I'm thinking C or D. Shino. I mean, I'm not really that attached to Shinonuma, and we never really played it.
No,
Back in the day.
I got to a very high round once. I think that kind of was the peak, and then I didn't really. Again,
Yeah. I think 14 was my solo, and I never really played it. I played it like once. Cause I was
and
bored.
also the perk machines are in different
Yeah,
places, which is a
so-
neat idea. But you know,
Yeah.
I think C, when we look at other maps, I think we'll be like, oh, Shinonoma doesn't deserve to be that low.
C.
I think C,
Yeah.
and then of course we have Derice.
Okay. Now this is what you call an S tier map.
Oh, so we're done then. That's it. No conversation.
It's like it's so well designed. I just love it. And it's probably between that and the Giant. It's probably like our most played.
I was just gonna say, I think it's probably our
far,
most.
probably by far.
I think
It's-
the design of it, the structure of it, the way it encourages you to explore the full grounds of it, but also kind of pushes you towards that kind of far end area, which we always go to, and we end up camping
and the camping on the
right
walkway.
right at the top.
Drop down.
Introduced obviously the yeah, Wonder Waffle was when it was in, and the Pack-a-Punch machine was obviously its biggest new thing it gave
Oh
us.
yeah, that was just so good.
Yeah, there's not really much to say other than it's every version of it. Yeah, they don't change it because they know how good it is.
Yeah, it's
S tier, baby.
S tier.
And then we have Kino.
Oh,
I would say
Kino.
this is when our friendship group really got into zombies. I think this is when we really
Yeah,
played it a lot.
Black Ops 1.
Black Ops 1, yeah, in
Um,
2010.
It's when it's when zombies I think it just became a big thing, was it?
Yeah, because obviously the World at War, it wasn't like advertised as a thing. They just people liked it, so they
it
kept.
was just extra, and like I don't
Yeah.
think people
It's like an
played
Easter egg.
that much.
It was like an Easter egg, really.
Yeah.
But
And then
Kino was
they
like.
realized it was actually quite a big thing, and then they were like, "Oh, Kino, yeah."
We should probably explain what zombies was at the top, shouldn't we? For anyone who doesn't know what zombies is, but then why would they listen to us ranking the maps if they didn't know what zombies was?
I think they know.
All right, you guys, you know, right?
People who know, who are listening to this podcast probably know.
If you've got this far, yeah.
Yeah.
So let's just carry on. Yeah, Kino is set obviously in like sort of a theatre. It's German again, right? It's like an old theatre. I think on certain days, if you ask me, this is probably my favorite map.
Ooh.
I think
It is good. You get the thunder gun. Was this the thunder gun
yeah, I think so. Yeah,
debut?
and like just it's it's just so good. Like it is all interior, but it feels fair. It feels
not
like
all interior. You got the
I guess there's a
alleyway
tiny
and-
bit, and that's like the worst part of the map.
I know.
That's the place that sucks because they all drop them from the sky. It's so good. Like you get into the rhythm of how you play it. You don't really, I guess, much like the old maps. You get into such like a good rhythm. Good, oh, we do this, then we do this, then we do this. Like, oh, we go to this room, and people on the door, people on the window. Like, it's like you go through the,
Phases.
yeah, open up that map, and then of course when you turn on the power, it changes. It introduces creepy crawlies. Yeah, I don't think there's any argument to be made that it's not S tier.
Is it S tier? Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, sure.
Oh,
Yeah.
you seemed a bit hesitant there.
No. I was thinking A, but yeah.
And then we have 5,
I see S tier. Oh, 5. Ooh.
which was the bonus Easter egg map.
Yeah. I think it's been remade, hasn't it?
It was remade. I think we should rank that separately because it was bigger. It added more to it.
Because I think at the time I didn't like 5 because Kino was so good.
Yeah.
And 5 was just
5
pretty bad, I thought.
I think 5 took some risks. Like it had the elevator, which is the best way to annoy your friends. You can get a lot of laughs on leaving people behind. You also I think when you get to the laboratory area, it becomes very hard and it's not as fun because you're kind of running around. You got that goddamn doctor chasing you, trying to steal your gun.
I think it was also because like back in the day, I used to like let you guys, you three, like because you played it more like online and stuff, or like maybe together or something. You knew where to go and where to do stuff. And I
so you felt a bit out of it.
Yeah, I was sort of like didn't know where to go, so I wasn't exploring the map as much, maybe. And that thief guy who robs your guns, he was a dick.
But I do like that they went for a different aesthetic. You get to play as the president, right? And,
Kennedy, I think. Like Castro.
I'm thinking C.
Some other guy. Yeah, C.
I think
C's
D is a bit
one.
too cruel.
C's good.
All right, we're gonna move swiftly on because we've got so many maps to go through. I'm gonna skip Dead Ops Arcade.
Thank you.
Ascension.
I played it. Amazing map. Such a good map. Black and white until you turn on the power.
Turn on the colour, yeah.
That's such a good idea.
I thought you never used to like this map. Or am I getting confused with someone else? Someone never used to like this map.
I'm pretty sure I've always liked it. I really like it.
I think someone that we used to play with was like, Ascension. But yeah, I love it.
It could have been you.
Oh my god. A big it's like a sort of
I'm surprised they haven't done like something like that in another map, like even though just like a throwback, like to turn on the power, like turn on the color. 'Cause it's
Yeah,
such a good look.
that was a
It's,
cool like little gimmick. You had the pads as well, like the hover pads that used to travel
yeah,
across the map.
those were really cool.
Then launched the rocket. I don't know what new guns they introduced. They introduced some sort of special weapon or the Poppadopodoms, which we call them, which is not the
Yeah,
official name.
yeah,
The China doll things or whatever they were, that the little grenades.
yeah. Um,
Oh wait,
it was more like
was the black hole thing in this as well, or was that
yeah,
or was
yeah,
that
yeah.
Moon?
Ooh, it might have been Moon.
And then
Actually.
you could use it then in Ascension.
Yeah.
Obviously, Ascension had the monkeys, the little
What
monkey
monkeys?
rounds. They
Oh
they
yeah,
switched out
those are
that
good.
try and
Those
steal
are
your
good.
perks. That adds a new strategy to it, where you're like,
God,
which perk machine do we defend?
yeah, yeah. Especially if there's only like two of you.
Yeah,
And
you
you
got to
have four
divide and
perks, and it's
conquer.
like, come on, that sucks.
It's a great map. I think one of the funniest things as well is just when you first play it in that first room, the spinny thing starts spitting, someone gets knocked down. It's just so funny,
Yeah.
so childish, but it's funny. So
Did it
yeah,
introduce any like perks? Like, for some reason, I feel like PhD flopper or something.
yeah, I think it was. Yeah.
It
Now
was
you
introduced.
say that aloud, I think there was definitely a new perk there
I think it's
somewhere.
PhD flopper.
So where are we placing it?
I think S.
Really?
I love Ascension.
I was gonna say
Ascension's
A.
a great one.
But
I think
if you can argue,
I think so.
the only part which I'm like is like there are certain areas of the map where I don't really go to. Like there's
Like
one
where?
side. It's like the side where you go, I think, to get the one of the pad things, and you kind of go off
Oh,
down a weird way.
I think I know what you mean. Like I think it's like towards like dead shot or something.
Yeah,
or
it might
like
be, yeah.
double tap or something.
Yeah,
It's,
I don't know
still,
why that's my only like nitpick.
It's still a good map because you usually like train on the
It's also
main pad.
also one of the most exciting Pack-a-Punch like unlocks. You get to launch a rocket.
Oh god, yeah.
Okay, I'm with you there.
I think it is.
I guess there's no
and we
limit.
played it a lot as well over the years. I think it's one of the maps.
Okay, we got this Black Ops 1, man. Call of the Dead.
I forgot about this map, but it's so
I think arguably
So
one of the
cool.
best maps.
yeah. It's probably the best map.
Also, weirdly, I think for me anyway, it's quite a nostalgic map. I don't know where that comes from. I don't know why that one specifically. I'm like, I think I used to watch some YouTubers playing things around that time.
Yeah,
and-
yeah, it is. Because I remember our friend Ben. I'm not sure if we knew. It was either we knew he was going to get a new map, or he invited us over and he's got a new map and it didn't work, or something like
That
that.
happened at least twice.
At least twice that we know of with zombies maps.
Well, Zombies got chromed as well. He had a
Oh,
glitch
yeah.
which basically all the color of the screen went and it turned into like chrome.
Yeah, like gold and chrome.
I don't know what happened there. I
And
think we were like, oh, we have to play, but
God, that might have been worth loads now, like a golden chrome zombies. It's like
Jiggy was like the golden ticket.
yeah.
Like we've hidden
I,
one
I think I remember him like washing it then with soap or something.
toothpaste. I remember him doing.
Oh, toothpaste. Yeah, to try and fix
So
it.
weird. Yeah. So Call of the Dead.
Did he actually fix it, or did it just?
I don't know actually. That was a long time ago.
It was a long time. ago.
Yeah, Call of the Dead's like this sort of Arctic, quite an open map, even though it's quite tight. And obviously, the big gimmick is that you're being chased by George Romero
Yeah.
very slowly, who you don't want to shoot because your anger. Again, it's a map that you can easily troll people with. So make sure you play with people that you kind of can have a bit of fun. But then, right, guys, let's cool him off. Let's play properly. I think there's no real. Yeah, it's S tier, right?
Yeah. Also, it was the first map to introduce an aspect like someone like George,
Yes,
who follows
another
you
enemy.
and sort of always constantly following you.
So good because it keeps you.
You don't know where he is. You like go down to run the stairs and he's there, and you're like, oh my god. I have to go another way, jump off the tower, or whatever. But yeah, it's
Well, I think one of my favorite quote is like, "You can't hide, you can run. Well, you can, but don't." Yeah, amazing that the Treyarch were like, okay, we've got our biggest, most open map. Let's put something that constantly stalks you, so you keep moving. Absolutely amazing design. And also you freeze in the water. I guess the only thing I would nitpick is like the gun for that map isn't particularly great.
Yeah.
It's the one that turns people into. Remember, it's a sniper that turns people into like a scientist. You could like. Do you remember you shoot the zombie and it goes, doo, and then they turn into a guy and run, and all the zombies follow him.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
So we're putting Call of the Dead.
S. Yeah.
S tier. Shangri-La. Again, I think the dark horse of Black Ops 1.
It's kind of it's
Weird structure.
It's a difficult one because I think it's like a fun one to play, but it's like I don't think it wasn't our go-to map.
No.
It's not like a go-to map.
They added a lot in there as well. They were like, here's a room where you have to go on the right boards. Yeah. Oh, you're in mud. Oh, here's a water slide, which was cool.
Confusing.
Water slide
is
pretty fun. And the geyser things, remember, like the things you stand on and goes.
Yeah, it's an alright map. It's just not like you wouldn't have the best time playing.
No, it's quite hard. Like in a way, I don't know. The gun was kind of fun. Shrink zombies.
Oh yeah,
the little monkeys again. They obsessed with monkeys, Treyarch. Little monkeys that come and steal stuff from you. Yeah, I like the water slide stuff. And the activating the water and washing they seem to just add loads in. Yeah. But maybe didn't balance it right. Pack-a-Punch is really hard to get as well.
Yeah.
It's not really hard, but it's quite hard. Are we thinking C again?
Yeah, I think C. Yeah.
I don't think any higher is. We've had none in B tier yet.
None in
maybe we're being too harsh on these.
Yeah, but we're being truthful. Maybe they're either really good or really bad. You know?
I think a lot of this comes from like how much did we play of them, and I think that.
But also we played them because they were good, or we didn't play them.
And then finally we have Moon.
Now Moon,
the most ambitious, mad map.
Okay. Thing about Moon, I never played it until recently. To be fair.
Yeah.
But I always wanted to, and I like Moon. I think it's a great map. It's really fun to play with the gravity stuff.
There's so much in there. There's the oxygen, the gravity, the spacemen.
Yeah.
The launching yourself, the drill coming through. Very hard map.
To be fair,
everything is against you.
The drill sucks.
Or the start as well. The start is like
so good though. It's so fun.
You don't even start on the moon. You start on the goddamn, and then everything goes mental.
Can you get trapped by the drills? Like the way to turn them off. You get trapped on the other side.
I think you die.
Something.
I think something. Yeah. The drill just keep drilling, and I think you get crushed because it like drills out the whole section or something. I don't know.
Because doesn't it like drill like your pathways, and then you can't get back or something?
Yeah, probably
to turn it off.
Yeah.
I swear that's a thing. And it's just like
You got the oxygen helmets. You got the the hacker device. There's so much in this. I think they made one of the most ambitious maps.
I like the start as well, where you have to like survive. For, like, a minute
and whenever you want perks, Jug, right? Jug and Pack-a-Punch. You have to go to Earth and survive that. Moon's really good.
It is.
It's just really quite hard. Everything's against you. But when you I played it quite like we were doing the Easter egg and everything, and there's so much that goes into that. But when you start to understand how to fight against what it's fighting you, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And like the open dome area, you bounce around, but then the gravity goes, you just die. Yeah. I
think A.
I think A as well.
I
yeah.
think A.
I was gonna say B, but I thought Moon deserves a bit more than that.
Moon's good.
We'll just continue with Black Ops. I think that's probably the easiest.
Yeah.
thing, just to continue with the Black Ops Treyarch side. 2012. Let's go back to 2012, shall we? Transit.
Great.
Talk about ambition.
Yeah, that's
never to be done again.
Shame. Are they remaking it, or I don't know if I swear I heard somewhere.
It was a rumor,
they were
going
like
around.
remaking it or something.
They haven't touched it, and I don't know why they haven't done anything with Transit.
Like a remake would be good, but I mean I don't know how good it would run. I don't know.
Actually, Black Ops, yeah.
Because it's quite big.
So Transit is like a sort of open world.
It's a mashup of like different maps.
Oh, so good. Remember playing it for the first time? You get on that beep beep.
Get on the bus.
You got shit. The bus is leaving.
With the bus driver, knife in the bus driver.
Knife in the bus driver. Don't do that, kids. And then driving around like under the tunnel. Oh my god, it was so good. It like even like each area wasn't that great. Like if you were to play, well, you can. If you were to play like each area, you'd be like, oh, it's generic. Like the farm.
Yeah.
Or like the laboratory place. It's like, oh, it's okay.
There were like the first two stops, like the town and then the fireplace.
Yeah.
Where you get off. I wasn't a fan of that, but then the like the further you got in the map, the better it was. I felt.
Yeah, they obviously there was like the creepy the little things used to jump on your face if you were in the fog, if you got out.
Oh yeah, the fog, yeah.
If you you got burnt in the town, there was narked. You could find narked in there.
Yeah, that was like one. Because so if you like got left behind with the bus, you could go into the fog and the little things go onto you, but you have to go into the fog or something to find narcs.
Yeah, you have to go through and you have to like knife them off or whatever. Yeah. And you got remember the electric guy?
Electric.
He used to chase you. And also the most obtuse like power thing ever. You have to put like an electric.
Don't you go into like a vault?
You put like an electric turbine on a door or something. You put like a wind thing on it's the most obscure shit ever.
That was really weird.
Because they introduces crafting and you could craft stuff and make things and you could,
And one of them's a turbine which opens doors.
Like, I don't know how you know that. And remember that there's an area, I think it's that area, the roof, and you got to jump over these little platforms. Otherwise, you just fall to there.
Oh yeah, I think so. Yeah.
God, it's been a while since we played Transit.
I can't remember many other areas. I would definitely remember if I saw.
I just think that initial like getting on the bus, how different it was. You're moving about, like the bus can break down all of a sudden. Do you remember that when you used to stop and then zombies used to attack you?
Yeah.
Man, like we didn't even ever do the wonder weapon. I can't believe the amount of I played Transit and never did the wonder weapon.
I thought you must have at one.
I'd say the only downside I can remember of Transit is it run like garbage, especially with split screen, 3 or 4 player. You're dying. So where are you putting it?
I don't know.
I'm thinking B.
I'm thinking B as well.
I think each area would have to be better for me to warrant an A.
Because I mean, we didn't play it that much, did we? It was a good map, but I don't think we played it that much. Like we played it a lot because we played a lot of zombies.
I think it was also it was exciting though. I remember being quite excited for the idea of it. And back then the internet wasn't as big as it is now, so you didn't really have an idea on what it was going to be like. And I think one of the fun parts of zombies, which I think they're lacking nowadays, is that fun of exploring a map for the first time with your friends. It's a lot of fun. Right. Are we going to Nuketown Zombies? Do you want to class that?
Yeah.
So obviously, are we going to class this though? Because there's 2 Nuketown Zombies, and this one is just Nuketown but with zombies. Whereas the Black Ops 4 one is an actual proper map set in Nuketown.
We can wait till Black Ops 4.
I reckon we wait till then. Die Rise? What a weird one. This is the Black Horse. I think there's a Black Horse on every game, and this is this one.
So I know you liked this map. Was it?
It's all right. It's weird. Is
this like the western kind of one?
Oh no! That's
or is this the building?
This
one?
Is the vertical one, the upper building where remember?
And then you go across the.
You have to cross buildings, and you have to like make sure you're in the right level to get to the. It was.
Was it just buildings?
Yeah, it was 2 buildings I think next to each other. Yeah, it was mad.
I don't really.
It didn't really work. It was cool because they were like, "Yo, we've just done the flattest map ever."
And I remember just getting lost a lot.
It was really easy to get lost.
Just getting lost.
The goop gun, remember the goop gun? Goop,
oh yeah, on the roof.
On the roof, yeah, because that was like the best spot to go because it was the most open.
I remember.
They also introduced new I think Afterlife or whatever, or Grave, whatever it was called. You basically when you die, you leave a gravestone.
Oh, was that where that was introduced? Yep. Not Mob of the Dead.
No.
I thought it was Mob.
That's to do with the ghosts and shit. This was like, I guess, a precursor to that.
No.
Die Rising great.
But yeah, I would put in D tier to be honest. D
Yeah,
for Die Race.
I think as well because it just wasn't. There's a reason why that hasn't been remade. Although a lot of Black Ops 2 hasn't come back, so
Yeah.
we haven't had Chronicles 2 yet. Yeah, Die Rise, interesting. They said, "Oh, why don't we go vertical?" The thing that will kill you the most on that map is probably the floor as you fall to it.
Oh yeah.
There's a lot of like elevators and
Jumping
shit. You're
and
jumping in, you're
dying,
sliding.
yeah.
And all. Buried. Oh no, sorry, Mob is the next one on the list. No, they remember.
Mob of
Mob
the
of
Dead is a good map.
It's a classic.
You revive yourself at first or whatever, or you like inhabit a body, I guess.
What? Yeah.
Cause
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Because you're a ghost kind of thing, and you
Yeah.
like, inhabit your body.
Yep.
You revive yourself.
I think what I love about Mob of the Dead is that there's a lot going on in it, but it makes it accessible for most players.
Yeah.
Like we didn't like look. I mean, maybe we did. I can't remember. We didn't like look into all this shit on how to do things. It kind of like teaches you that if you go to ghost form, you can zap this. You can turn on electric. You can go up here. Oh, there's a room here. You can go through a special ghost door. Or you've got parts for the plane. You know, there's a lot. There's a lot going on, but we worked it out.
Yeah.
You got the warden, terrifying.
Of course.
And you got to like go to his room and find the keys and shit like that, and the whole sort of vibe of Mob of the Dead. I think it's really good. I think it's quite challenging, quite tight. I'm thinking A.
Yeah, I think A. A's good.
And also some great celebrity voice actors as well in that one. That was their first time. Oh no, they did it in Call of the Dead, didn't
Call
they?
of the Dead was first, yeah.
So A tier is Mob. And then Buried.
I didn't like Buried that much. Because I don't think I played it that much. I think this is the one you liked, wasn't it?
I like Buried, yeah.
The sort of
It's a Western, underground, like Western one.
Yeah, it wasn't a go-to map. It wasn't. I don't know. It seemed a bit.
Again,
strange.
when you think though how much effort they used to put in, like you had obviously Lenny, the big guy, that giant guy used to give him candy, used to charge into the barricades. You had the haunted house, which was terrifying.
Oh my god! To be fair,
stupid ghost lady stealing all your money. She would like follow you out. She was terrifying.
That was great. I did like going through that, and then
into the maze.
You went into the hedge maze, and you were like, "Where the hell do I go?"
And she was still following you. And you were like,
where
"Go
the
away."
hell do I go? It is scary.
The only thing is that leads to a kind of a dead end, which sucks. But it kind of does. You can get out of it, but it leads to the Pack-a-Punch, which is like down in a basement.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not the best, but I love the vibe. Again, the aesthetic. You had the old like revolvers and shit. Having Lenny as well, and like working out how to give him like beer or whatever and candy and shit, and he'd do different things and going to the sweet shop and things. I love the aesthetic and like the church. They had Vulture's Aid was the perk in that. But
I'm thinking, what
were you thinking? Because I was just to say, but like. Even though I love a lot of it, there are some which I'm like, it doesn't quite, like I said, that you kind of run into dead ends. It doesn't flow around as much as it should.
Because I think, I think with that, as much as it's like a good aesthetic and it's a good idea, like Western, like you got the haunted house, etc. It's quite. I could pretty easily get lost in that map now.
I'm gonna say B.
I mean, I couldn't. For example, like I think B as well. But like Darius or like Verruct or something like that, I could map that out for you.
Yeah,
on
you
a
could
piece
draw
of
it.
paper.
Yeah,
I couldn't for this at all. It's not like really a map in my head. If you get what I mean.
Yeah, I saw. Yeah, it's more
sort
like a
of
level, isn't it?
It's like a level.
Yeah, I do get that. Also, I've just read on here because it lists every map and every like small bit. Do you remember Turned and Grief?
The mini games.
Yeah, like the extra modes used to play.
Yeah.
Yeah, they weren't really good. Right.
I think I played them once.
And then we've got, of course, the big finale, Origins, the Big Daddy.
Yeah, it was a good map. With the staffs.
Which is seemingly just a series of like bunkers, right? That's kind of how you explain it.
Yeah.
A big sort of no man's land of
you
bunkers.
Had those massive robots with the feet coming down.
You would have to shoot certain ones or you get squished. Most of the time you get
God, yeah.
squished.
Oh God, when you get squished, it's not fun.
And you just hear that.
It's like no. It's mainly not fun because you and Reese never revived me. He was just like,
So it's Alex again.
screw
It's
that.
gone down again. Yeah, a pretty great map. You got the shovels, digging up shit. You've got I think the big guys are kind of too much. They're a bit too annoying, but I remember they used to spawn in quite quickly.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, you got the staffs. It's quite a big map. You do get a lot of freedom. You can build a tank. You can ride on a tank. It's pretty crazy. You obviously power works differently. I guess, is this their first time kind of doing that? Where like you got to start up generators, defend them,
Yeah.
feed them, and then they can go offline as well, and you have to run back. And
I think that was the only map as well that had generators. Was it?
in Black Ops 6 has it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think basically, yeah, you're right.
Right.
So where are we thinking of Origins? It is a good. Obviously, we said about the
I'm
weapons.
thinking A, maybe.
I was gonna say B,
Yeah,
but I could be swayed to A.
it does give B vibes.
Again, it is good though, isn't it? But like the whole
Because if we went to play Black Ops 2, I think the chances of us playing Origins is quite high.
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah.
Because it is.
Well, so far there's no S tier on Black Ops 2.
No.
So at the moment, it's if we were going to play Black Ops 2, we'd either pick Origins or Mob.
I think
that's what we're going for on this.
think so.
Yeah, I'm going to accept A. I think that's a good one. Right. Moving swiftly on to Black Ops 3. So we start with The Shadows of Evil, 2015.
That's probably. I mean, I know Kino exists, but it's such a good debut level, I think.
I think often them first maps are the most exciting, and usually the best of. Yeah. No, I don't want to say that actually, but they're usually quite strong.
I mean, I remember watching like the trailer for that. It seems like yesterday, to be honest.
Wow, 10 years ago.
Yeah,
crazy.
And we played we played that so much. Black Ops 3.
Yeah.
We played that.
I would bet the Black Ops 3 was our most played.
Yeah, but by
especially
a
with
lot,
the DLC. I guess that's cheating, but
by a lot. God, and we played a lot of Shadows.
So Shadows Evil, yeah, I think aesthetically, like again, it's incredible art design,
like America.
Yeah,
isn't it?
They went for it. The music, the characters, the voice acting, the guns. Yeah, it was a really ambitious because it looked like nothing else that had come before it. Whereas if you look at all the other sort of zombies maps, they have a similar aesthetic to them. Whereas Shadows was like, no, we're doing something different. We've got squid monsters.
Yeah.
We've got a tram system.
And the thing, and also like the swords and like
the swords, the eggs, things that we could work out how to do, or with a bit of help, we started to go, oh, we should do this a bit more because, the game feels fair and balanced. That it's like pushing us almost to like try to do other shit.
Of course, again, I let you and Reese figure it out.
No, yeah, but you used to do the tram. Yeah. You and Reese used to do the tram shit. I never used to do. I used to do the other bits.
Yeah, like recently.
You had to get the symbols. You had
to get the symbols to get the swords. Yeah, I knew that. Also, I feel with this map, because with maps you do have like areas, like you were talking about Ascension. There was an area you didn't go to.
Yeah.
But with this map, I feel it has different sections, and I think each section is really good. And you could
completely agree.
You could be in any section, and you don't mind.
Yeah. That's a really good point.
Stay there and be happy. And I think that's just
also
good design.
Civil Protector.
Oh my God, Civil Protector! Me going down.
So Civil Protector
times.
is a robot you can summon for quite a reasonably good price.
It's like 2,000 coins.
The basically will do a bit of damage, but mostly just it's served for reviving Alex Bus.
Yeah.
Specifically, how many times?
65, I think, in one game. 65 times. So I think we were, to be fair, like on like round 35 or something.
I just remember us would be like Civil Protector, and he'd be running, charging around.
Keep going down because I didn't have perks after once. and then Silver Potato would just keep getting me up and getting me up.
I think also they had
It
all
was
the
fun.
formula was right. Like the perks, they kept enough classic stuff, but added in like obviously you can turn into the squid monster, you can revive people, you can like do whatever it's Spider
Yeah.
Man shit
Of
like that.
course, I think one thing Black Ops 3 introduced was Gobblegum.
Yes, and that as well. That extra another thing.
That's a good. That was a great addition.
It all
I
seemed to
think.
be like the perfect concoction
Yeah,
of you can pick up and play and not really need to do much, or you can dive in and work out to get the pack a punch open, run on the walls, do all that.
Yeah, it was definitely at its peak. I think they nailed
Draken,
the Dragon gun.
best,
So
arguably the
good.
best gun, turned and all that. There's so much they had in there. This is an S tier. There is no
Oh, yeah.
argument.
I think just as Black Ops 3 as a game, I think Treyarch had they knew what they were doing. They tested the waters, and they just
I mean, we haven't gone through Black Ops 3, but you think that's the best game?
yeah,
Yeah,
easily. I think.
even without Chronicles.
Wait, what's Chronicle? With that all the old maps.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. What was Black Ops 3 without?
I guess
the
we'll just move on. Yeah.
Yeah.
We got Dead Ops Arcade 2, which we won't count.
No.
We've got the Giant.
Yeah.
I don't think we should rank this because it's pretty much the same map.
But it's basically Derice and Giant are S tier. They're just both S
Yeah.
tier.
I would say the only thing the Giant does is make it easier. Which
Yeah.
if you like that sort of thing, then yeah,
And
because
get
you've got
more perks.
you got all the
like,
perks and the guns and shit. They don't really. The map is literally the same, just
you
looks
get that,
nicer.
Monkey thing, Easter egg.
I-
Where you get Deadshot.
I think because we're so
stand up.
used to the Giant, I think if we looked at Derice now, we'd be like, oh,
I don't know. I think we'd still play it.
because the Giant looks
personally.
great.
Yeah, that's
Um,
true.
Next one, the Eisendrache.
The Eisendrache.
I think this has become weirdly. I think when we first played it, we were like, "This is cool," but weirdly over time, it's become like a staple.
Yeah,
Like, we
the
always go
Eisendrache
back
is
to Eisendrache.
So good.
I think because we
Wait,
actually
was
feel
this
like,
Black Ops 3.
yeah, I feel like it's because we actually could do like the weapons, and we loved doing them because we actually knew
bows. The bows are so good. The skulls.
the bows are so good.
are so fun. To
I'd say
use.
about like 40% of our praise is just like, oh yeah, we love doing each of the bows.
Yeah. Oh yeah, so fun.
A great map, big castle, all the right vibes again. I think art design wise, Black Ops 3 is really, at least for these two maps, maybe we'll discuss when it starts to fall off a bit, but
Definitely the best. I think it's the best game. I think.
do you think Eisendrache's better than Shadows?
Wait. Yeah, I think so. Overall,
It is a
it's
good
just
map.
such a cool castle, dude. It's castle.
Yeah, it's quite open. You've got obviously like the jump pads. You got the there's like a rocket tests. They're a big guys, but they're quite. You can kind of deal with them. You've got the wolves. No, not wolves. Dragons. Dragons. You got to deal with.
Yeah. Feed dragons.
You got
statues,
the
zombies.
Gravity room. Yeah, Eisendrache is a really good map, and again, I think you could play it without doing the bows and everything and have a good time. But if you do dive in a bit deeper, then I think you're gonna have a lot of fun. I think
Yeah.
this is an S tier. I think Shadows is better, but that's not the point in this game in this
No.
ranking. So,
Yeah, maybe Shadows is better, but
Well-
maybe they're on even turf.
for any listeners that are still listening, just to give you a sort of live update. We're only going to be covering the Treyarch maps today, or at least in this part,
Yeah.
and then we'll pick up the rest if we can get through these anyway. Zetsubo no Shima. Again, I think a map that we weren't fussed on when it came out,
Yeah.
and that we've loved more the more we've played it. since.
I do remember us playing a lot of that because it was really good. I did like it. I remember Reese doing the spider stuff.
So yeah, this
And,
map is kind of like it's back in Japan, and it's kind of like this jungly area. I don't know how to really describe it. Really, it's got like some scientific facilities
it's
there.
kind of like a swampy,
Yeah.
sort of like
Apparently, that's all Japan is, according to
spidery
Treyarch.
vibe, insect vibe.
He introduced the buckets. You could like get buckets and fill them up with different water, and you could make plants. You had obviously the spiders bonus round.
Yeah, the skulls as the bonus
Yeah.
weapon. Those were fun to do.
They were It's bad because I actually I think I left it to you two to do it, so I have no idea how to do that. So yeah, it's not always me, you know. I just
Yeah.
was like, cool, thanks for the skull.
Yeah. It's probably like the one map where I'm like in charge of actually doing something.
There was a,
I'm trusted.
isn't there a, oh no, the skull was, I was thinking of the, what's that pistol called? That special pistol you used to get.
Oh, the
Oh, what was that called? You could never
the
be
one where you
sure
have
if it
to
was.
charge.
Yeah, you could never be sure if it was good or not.
Annihilator, the
Annihilator. It
Annihilator,
was
yeah.
kind of good, but it was also kind of shit at the same time. It's weird.
Yeah.
I don't
It was like
weird.
a third gun.
Obviously, you've got you had to go into the vault, and then the big monsters came out, and they could one hit kill you. And then you had to swim underwater and
they eat you.
clear the shit. It was it's a good map. I think that
I do like it. I like it.
of course. I mean, we have to give it massive credit for introducing one of the best perks in the whole history of zombies, and that is of course the Widow's Wine.
Oh, was that when it was introduced?
I think so, yeah, because you had to fight the spider for it.
No way. No, we had it before that. Surely.
They might have added it because obviously they added in the oh, what's it called? The the random perk machine. I don't know. Wonder Fizz. They added that in later on.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure because you had to fight the big
I didn't
spider.
know it was so late. Yeah, because you fought the spider and you got it for free.
I can't remember it being in Shadows. I don't think there's an actual perk machine in Shadows of Widow's Wine.
There is.
Is it?
Underneath, yeah, the starting area, you go underneath towards, and then I think it's in there.
Well, if you're still listening, we might be right, we might be wrong, I don't know. But I feel like it would make sense if this was the first map with Widows.
Yeah. No, I think it was just because it was a spider.
That's stupid.
And you just got it for free.
That's stupid.
I think
So where are we putting Zetsubo?
I think maybe B.
I'm right there with
thinking...
you. Right, then we've got the very black horse. Is it black horse?
Dark horse.
Dark horse. Same difference, really. I was gonna say black sheep. I guess that's the same thing. Gorod Krovi.
Why is this even on the list? This is a D. This is. I'm making an E tier. I'm making an E tier.
Yeah. So Gorod Krovi is not a good map. It feels like it was made by a different developer.
I don't think I can talk about it because I don't know about it.
I don't even know.
I think you
there's
fly on a dragon.
Yeah. There's a dragon that keeps attacking you. Yeah, I remember that.
I think there's a boss at the end, or like might have seen videos on it.
It's not good. It's really boring. I wish we could analyze it more, but I think the aesthetic of it's just like ruins. It's like a town in ruins. There is a dragon, which is cool, I guess, but I can't tell you anything more about it, really. There's like pods that come down and they do something, but I don't know what they do. We're putting that in D tier, and we're moving swiftly on to Revelations.
Ooh,
it feels like we're talking religious. We're moving swiftly on to Revelations. So Revelations is kind of a mishmash of old maps stuck together with some new bits. I think the gimmick of it was exciting, like the fact you could like bounce from like a bit of a bit of buried, you go into like a bit of mob, then you bounce over to Kino, like the theater, and then there's Narc in the middle, and then you've got the whole being eaten by monster, and there's shit that happens.
Yeah, I think it's
but I don't know if the actual design of the map holds up that well.
It's kind of like one where you're like excited about. And it's like
cool when you first play.
Oh yeah, it's so cool. It's such a cool idea. But then it's like looking back, it's kind of like it's not that great, really. It's good. It's quite fun, but it's like it's a bit of a mess, I guess.
I think when it first came out, and like for when it survived just as its own, it was great.
Yeah.
But then they did Zombie Chronicles. They remade all the classic maps that they were in Revelations.
Yeah.
But you could play the original maps. So why would you play Revelations?
Yeah.
I think this is a C.
Yeah. I completely agree. I concur.
Right, now we're moving on to when zombies started to shift a little bit. I think the golden era. I'm not sure about your Black Ops 3 is the best. I think if we don't count Chronicles.
Well, what's it without Chronicles?
Shadows, Giant, the Eisendrache, Zetsubo, Gorod, Revelations.
Oh,
I think Black Ops 1 is better. Kino,
yeah.
Ascension, Core of the Dead, Shangri-La Moon.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely.
It's a good argument to have,
Yeah,
but...
it's yeah.
Right, Black Ops 4, 2018. We start with a... they gave us, I think, 4 maps on day one, which is mad. I think actually probably a bad thing, actually.
Yeah.
Voyage of Despair.
To be fair, Voyage of Despair is I think it's quite good. It's a good idea.
Is good.
If I think it was if it was in the Black Ops 3 engine, like just the style of Black Ops 3, it would be a great map.
So Black Ops 4 basically it kind of just added more stuff. Like there's more perk machines. There's ones you choose this time, which ones you want. There's special abilities you can get. The gobble gum is I think different, or is it? I can't remember. Is it?
Is that
basically everything is like expanded and heightened, and there's more stuff to do. And I think they kind of lost some of the essence of what Zombies was because of that.
Yeah. It's definitely this is definitely where they moved away from. You could see that it was going in a different direction, and possibly a worse direction.
Yeah. But Voyage is a good map.
But yeah, I would definitely play Voyage.
If you didn't realise, it's just the Titanic, which is fun when you haven't watched Titanic before then, and you watch after. And that's from Zombies.
Yeah. James Cameron was inspired by Zombies.
I think the aesthetic of the map is great. I think like going again, like exploring it for the first time, going under the deck, and then going like at the top and working your way up the staircase, going out into the outside. But I'm struggling to think of like defining aspects of that map.
I mean, it was just the whole map. I think it's the thing is, I think it's a good idea, but not necessarily maybe executed as well.
What would you do? Was there anything you do specifically or not, or is it just?
No, I think it's just I don't know. Not really. I don't know.
What if the Titanic like crashes into an iceberg and then it starts sinking? And then the map changes and you go to Atlantis.
I think they did miss a trick on either doing like sort of like something for Ruck style, where you're either you've got a limited time before the Titanic.
That'd be awesome. If water started coming in, that would be sick. And you start to slow down, then you start to swim.
You have like a 15-minute time to stop it, to change the course of the ship or something.
That would be cool.
And then if you fail, you have water coming in. If you succeed, maybe you have more zombies coming in or something. I don't know.
That would be cool. I think even like change, so like it starts to slow. They could do a lot. I know it's asking a lot, but
I mean, not really. I mean, I think it's. I think it was a trick missed. I do remember at the time when I played it, I was like,
because there was water in the bottom, right? You could go and swim in the bottom, so they knew how to do swimming. They knew how to do water.
They had that,
They just need to, so I think aesthetically as well, art team as well, brilliant. But where we putting this?
I'd say B.
Yeah, I'm with you there.
I'd say B.
And I think let's go swiftly to the next one that I think is superior, even though initially I didn't think it would be. 9.
Yeah, 9 is pretty epic.
I think 9 structurally is actually not that different to Shi no Numa, weirdly.
No, it's not.
But it's like 2 or 3 layers more, and it all loops around each other, and it uses kind of like a 4-point sort of structure where it's like a coliseum, so you kind of go to each corner, up and down, and then it all loops into one.
Yeah, it is really cool design. It is.
It's fast. It's frenetic.
It feels quite small, but it is quite large at the same time.
Like you start coming out the Coliseum, you can do challenges, which we eventually learned to do because you get like upgraded guns and stuff.
Some of them are hard to do.
Some of them are really challenging. Then you kind of pick your way you want to go. There's tigers which you can fight. There's gladiators you can fight.
To get rewards.
I think 9 kind of realizes what 4 was doing. Black Ops 4 was doing.
Yeah.
More than Voyage was.
That's a good way to describe it.
But in saying that, I'm still not confident I can put it in A.
No, I don't think so. It's yeah, I think
You
it's
know what I
B.
mean? I think it's
Yeah,
B. Which, you know,
because the thing is, even though it's like I think it's not much a map. I don't think for some reason. I don't know.
mm.
Because it is just like a circle, like you said,
Yeah, I
isn't
mean,
it?
it's quite like, yeah.
It's
I
quite
think
tight.
if
And
they
it's
make the
quite,
maps too big, they kind of lose something, don't they? Like,
yeah.
they gotta keep it medium, sort of. Well, I guess whatever works. Speaking of small maps that got bigger, Classified. Now I'm really struggling actually to think what they added to Classified, but to 5, but I know they added a lot.
Oh yeah.
So this is the remake of 5.
I was like classified.
The only thing I can really maybe it'll come back to me now while I'm thinking, but I know you can initially in 5 you could only go right into an elevator, but in Classified you can go left as well into a new area like an office room.
Oh yeah. No, you were saying yeah.
I don't know what else.
So it's just the start
I don't,
area.
there must be more that I'm not thinking of. I think they changed how Pack-a-Punch works. I think because you used to teleport inside a room. I think that's gone.
Yeah. I think they just the teleporters maybe because the teleporters you can. I think in the old one you couldn't tell where you went, but
Yeah.
obviously in the new one it shows different rooms and it makes it easier that
Yeah.
way.
Oh, do you remember the DEFCON thing as well? You used to click all the buttons in 5. DEFCON 5, whatever. I'm actually saying that maybe we shouldn't rank this because we can't confidently say how different it was to 5. But I
5.
Yeah, again, I'm like, well, would I put it any higher anyway?
C.
We put 5 in C.
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking maybe B, but yeah, C's high end C, I think.
High end C. That's the teacher of Alex Bus coming out. I got a C. Yeah, it's a high end C.
It's a
What?
C plus.
What, a C plus? Maybe.
Maybe. We'll have a look.
Right. We do what? Yeah, another remake. There's a lot of remakes in Black Ops 4. Blood of the Dead.
Blood of the Dead. Yeah.
This I can confidently say is different enough to Mob, and sadly inferior. But so you start like outside, right? If I can ring you back, and then you've got to activate the bell thing, and you got to run up that hallway, which is fun. It's hard.
Yeah, you have to make it to the prison, don't you?
Yes.
You have to have your ultimates ready, and then
It's pretty fun, to be fair.
Yeah, it is.
Because it's like a difficulty check where if you can't get past that, you got to start again. Like you die. Like there's no.
But then you are just then in Mob, and then it's kind of.
And it's not as good.
And it's not good, and it's kind of just like, oh wait, is that it? And then it's just like,
I don't even know. Like, I remember some differences, like but only at the start. I'm trying to think what happens when you get to.
Thinking about it, that's quite a good in a way and bad in a way. The challenge thing of like going across the bridge.
Yeah.
They should have had more of those.
That was fun
in that map because that was like that. Its thing.
Yeah, maybe like every sector you had to hit an alarm and you had to like run to the next bit.
Yes, say you had to like the like if you had to go to the warden's keys to get like Pack-a-Punch or something, you have to go through each section and cross a bridge to do that. That would have been cool.
I'm thinking C for this one.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
Again, it was like, oh shit, they're remaking Mob of the Dead. Like, oh, that's awesome, and this is gonna come up again. I think to a much worse disappointing in a minute. But yeah, it just wasn't that good. Dead of the Night. This is the big manor one with a lot of celebrities, big celebrities.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a. How would you describe? What sort of aesthetic is it? Like a early 20th century.
It's like Victorian, isn't it? Kind of.
Oh, maybe maybe it's even earlier than that. Yeah.
Like sort of like Victorian manor sort of.
And it's kind of got this vibe of like Sherlock Holmes meets like Hammer horror kind of.
Yeah.
Vibes to there's werewolves and shit going on.
Yeah, I think I remember it has like potential. Where it's like it's just.
Again, the manor is just a series of rooms in a manor, and then when you get outside, it's just gardens, which are not the most exciting.
Yeah, it's not exciting. It's not I can't remember any like.
Going to the woods was kind of like
I don't even remember the woods. I
you.
don't.
That was to do with Pack-a-Punch, I think. You had to like, and the werewolves spawned, and you had to kill it. Like there was a certain gun that would do really good damage to it or something. I can't remember.
Yeah, it's just. I don't know. It's just too bland. I think. For.
Yeah,
a
didn't
zombies
do
map.
enough.
Yeah.
And I think even the how kind of the artwork and thing didn't do enough. I don't know if I can do D, but
I think it's a C. I think a C.
and then we got.
But then again, I don't know.
So would you put it alongside Shinonuma 5, Shangri-La, Revelations, and Blood of the Dead,
Yeah.
or would you put it up with Die Rise and Gorod Krovi?
No, it's not that bad because we do play it. We do play it.
It's got Brian Blessed in as
If
well. So like,
of course Black Ops 4 lets you, of course, because there's like a massive glitch.
yeah,
So that sometimes it just doesn't load maps.
Ancient Evil. This is the underground Greek map.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah. I don't know. I'm not the biggest fan of this map. We have played it a bit.
So
But
when it first came out, I remember I was like, "What is this?" And then for some reason, sometime later on, I got really into it, and I was like looking up the videos and how to do like the special weapons you could get. What was the weapon? It was like what was it? It was something you held. It was some sort of
I can't even
thing.
remember.
I actually like Ancient Evil. I think it's a kind of the underdog of Black Ops 4. I think it's especially when you get to that you can unlock like a whole different area.
Which
You
one's
ride
that?
on the Pegasus or whatever it is to a different area, and then you
yeah.
get into that like
God,
death
yeah,
zone,
that's really weird.
which is really hard.
Yeah.
But I like the sort of the I think it's quite fair. It feels like it's open enough. I don't really know what else to say really,
I
but
just don't know really enough about it to say anything. It's just like
so now my problem is that I don't know if I could pull it with Voyager 9, but I also don't know if I can pull it with Dead of Night. But I think probably my heart of hearts it is a C.
yeah, I think it's C. I think it's C because it's yeah,
Right.
just doesn't jump out.
And then we've got two remakes coming up because Black Ops 4 ran out of ideas very fast. Alpha Omega, which is the Nuketown map, which is actually a proper like Nuketown map. The only cool thing I think in this was they added new ray guns. That was about it.
Yeah, I don't.
Pretty forgettable. I can't remember. It was cool being Nuketown, but I think that probably the original Nuketown may be better because at least you get to play on Nuketown.
Yeah.
Whereas this had like it was
it
confusing.
Had bases.
Yeah, it had
and
like
that
the
sort
under.
of
Oh, remember
thing.
that? Remember that area you had to like wait in or something? We had to do something underground, and there was like a vault door or something.
Oh yeah, it traps you in for like a minute or
That
something.
was solid.
Don't even know what it was for, but
I think this is D,
yeah.
and I think the next one is as well because actually it's a bit of an insult. The next one, and
Oh,
that's
is it?
Tag den Toten.
Oh yes, Call It Dead, isn't it? Remake.
So this is a Call of the Dead remake, which unlike even Blood of the Dead to an extent doesn't actually understand what made Call of the Dead good,
yeah.
and it just goes here's sort of the map again, but in a weird way, all mashed up, and maybe it's the map, maybe it's like an addition to it. Oh, there's nothing about Call of the Dead you liked in it.
Yeah.
There's no
So
George. I think there's obviously the water and the ice, but it's not really a big mechanic because you're running about everywhere anyway. I remember the lighthouse in Call of the Dead. That was great.
Yeah.
Going to the top of the lighthouse and then thinking, "Oh shit, the zip line's not working." Or whatever. I think Tag Two, and I've again these maps I've played the least, and
yeah.
I cannot tell you anything about them other than you should not. You should play Call of the Dead.
Go on indie.
Yeah.
Call It Dead.
Unless you wanna, say
S tier.
not. Right. So for this next one, we're gonna bundle it into one because I think we're gonna really struggle because we haven't played basically anything of it, and that's Cold War. So Cold War is when it shifted again, and this time it shifted to a sort of it was built with the multiplayer engine.
Yeah.
So it had a lot of multiplayer shit. It had like you could now buy ammo freely, which changed up the entire feeling of a zombies game. There was like an armor system. Weapon upgrades work differently. You could get attachments and shit. There was a radar, like a mini map, where you could see the whole map. Perk machines were not really there anymore. They were slightly changed.
Lame.
I don't
Were,
remember much of
were
Cold
there
War.
rounds? Is the question.
Yes.
Oh, at least they had something.
I don't really remember.
I don't think I ever played
so
it. I think I played it once.
There's Die Machine,
maybe.
which I assume is the first map, which is the only one I played. I think Firebase Z, Outbreak, Mer de Toten, and Forsaken. I could not tell you anything about that really. There's also Dead Ops Arcade 3 as well if you're interested. I think that Cold War, there's a reason why we didn't play any of the maps, and maybe because it was, lives are different. It was 2025, 5 years ago. It was, we love the original Zombies. We like playing that. If we're going to do a sesh, we're going to play with the original ones because we can. Cold War obviously also was on a PS5, so
and it also doesn't allow like 2-player or 3-player.
Yeah, there's more restrictions as well. 2-player split screen, which is
less.
how we've played so much.
But I can't imagine if we'd played it that we would like it more than Treyarch.
It's a very different feeling COD, and it's one that it really started to show what Zombies was becoming, and kind of an afterthought.
Yeah.
Really, I think this is a D.
Yep.
And then we go to, again, I think we should probably bundle all these in one. We go to Black Ops 6, which is the most recent one.
Yeah.
Now, we've actually played a bit of Black Ops 6.
Yeah, we played a bit.
It walked back a lot of the things that Cold War done and other games as well, which we'll do next time. It reintroduced like perks. It kind of smoothed the armor system over a bit. It brought back like Pack-a-Punch. There was things it brought back, and it was like, okay, like we're trying to get a better balance, but still going in the direction of faster, fluid, action-based rather than strategic.
Yeah, of what I've played of Black Ops 6, which isn't much, but it's I think it is really good. Has a lot of potential and much better than like things we've seen previously in the last couple of years of like Cold War.
So the maps are Terminus, which is the sort of island. Wait, no, is that the island one or is that the town one? Either Terminus or Liberty Falls. One of them is like an island facility, which is the bigger map where you can go on like boats and shit. And then one of them's the sort of smaller town-based one. I think they're quite relatively well-designed maps. Citadel des Morts, which is the castle one. The Tomb, which is we haven't really played the Tomb.
We tried to.
Yeah, we actually tried to. We wouldn't let us. And then there's a new map out actually tomorrow. If you're listening to this, well, you'll be listening to this when it comes out, so it'll be out today. Where we put in Black Ops 6. Obviously, like I said, it's balanced out the gameplay a bit. I think the maps are okay, but they're not that memorable. They're trying to go for a sort of a present day vibe rather than.
Yeah, I think again. I mean, I think they feel more like levels than
Yes.
I couldn't map them out for you.
But it is fun. Like the moment to moment gameplay is fun.
I think it's B.
I think it's C.
C.
Yeah.
No, because I think it's got enough.
I don't think the maps are that well designed.
No.
There's
it's poor. It's poor like design. It's not like memorable maps. But I think the gameplay. I mean, I'm happy with C to put in C.
Well, if I compare, would you put Black Ops 6? Would you be like, I want to play Black Ops 6 as much as I want to play Transit, Buried, Zetsubo no Shima, Voyage, and 9? Or would you be like, I want to play this alongside Shinonuma 5, Shangri-La, Revelations, Blood of the Dead, Dead of Night, Ancient Evil?
No, because those ones I'd probably never want to play. I'd want to play Black Ops 6. I don't know why Zetsubo Nishima's in C. What? Or is it in C? Or
B.
B.
That's where we put it.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe it would be unfair to rank the game without all its maps out.
Yeah, maybe.
It's a good excuse to.
I mean, I do like its gameplay. I mean, I think.
If the maps were better, I would be so with you. If I was like, oh, that's the map where they had this cool, like, it was set in a hospital, or it was set, like, but there's nothing about the maps themselves which I'm like,
Yeah, that is true. There's no, like...
One's in a town and one's on, like, an island, and I can't really tell you at least like with Shinonoma, I'm like, okay, I get the vibe. Like 5 is
Yeah,
in the office, White House or whatever it is. Shangri-La is in the sort of,
that's fair. But I think the gameplay
Yeah,
of 6 is
it
quite.
has potential.
It's I
So
think
where we put it?
I don't mind C. C's
Okay.
fine.
And there we have it. That was all the Treyarch, or at least, well, mostly Treyarch. Obviously, it's as we gotten later, it kind of changes developers, but that is the Black Ops sort of series. Let's just quick go through before we wrap up, and then we will continue at some other point. So in D tier, we have Die Rise, Gorod Krovi, Alpha Omega, Tag de Untoten, and Black Ops Cold War. In C tier, we have Shinonuma 5, Shangri-La, Revelations, Blood of the Dead, Dead of Night, Ancient Evil, and Black Ops 6. In B tier, we have Transit, Buried, Zetsubo no Shima, Voyage of Despair, and 9. And in A tier, we have Nacht der Untoten, Moon, Mob of the Dead, and Origins. And in S tier, the tippy top of what you should play is Verrucht, Die Rise / The Giant, Kino der Toten, Ascension, Call of the Dead, Shadows of Evil. Is that what it's called?
Shadows of Evil.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Because I only put Shadow, so I was like, Shadow? And the Eisendrach. That is our ranking of the Black Ops Zombies modes. We may return with the other games, which will probably be a lot quicker. Because we don't have an affinity with them as we do with these. So if you did stay along, thank you, and let us know what maps are your favourites. Alex, what is your favourite map to end off?
Probably like Derice or the Giant. So, or it's the older maps. The older, the better. Not necessarily.
I think it'd be hard to argue against Derice, but
something like that, like
Kino, Derice, any of those S tiers basically you could easily take.
Any S tier.
Right, well, thank you for listening. Yeah, that's it really.